One husband, one wife.
Both true crime fans.
A different case every episode.
One terrifying story at a time.
I'm Carla.
And I'm Phil. Welcome to Terrifying and Twisted. Bonjour.
Hey up again. Episode
Number
7.
7.
They're soon racking up.
Yep.
Hope everyone enjoyed episode 6.
What were episode 6?
It was my
the country boy killer.
Yeah, it was. Cody Legabokanoff.
Legabokanoff.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope everyone's all right, and I hope everybody's not getting drove absolutely crazy with its school holidays.
Yeah, kids' school holidays, because we fucking are.
Yeah. What have you been up to, Mr. Hop?
What have we been up to, Mrs. Hop?
Oh, we went to Edinburgh for a weekend. Well, for a night, didn't we?
Yeah, it was awesome.
Had the best time.
I've been to Edinburgh about 200 times, and every time I've been for 10 minutes.
In and out.
Yeah, just one delivery, straight in, straight out, 4.5 hour drive. So it was nice to actually see Edinburgh properly.
Get to look about, see some sights.
We went to see Edinburgh Castle.
Yep. We saw this Canadian, what were they called? It was like
brass band?
Yeah, brass band, and like they had people doing dances with sticks and what they're called.
I've no fucking idea.
Can you not remember Katrina saying that she used to do it?
Yeah. I don't know what they're called though.
No, I can't remember.
Them people that throw stuff in air.
Sticks.
Yeah, and then catch it.
Anyway, that was quite good to see, wasn't it?
Yeah. So what did we do in Edinburgh? We went for a certain reason.
Yeah, we did. You're lucky I'm not sat here in my cowboy boots and my cowboy hat. Because we went to the best concert. We went to see Mr. Luke Combs. Yeah. And it lived up to all expectations and more.
Yeah, it did.
In fact, first few songs, I could have probably cried. I just felt so...
Well, we've liked his music for a while now.
A long time.
Not a long time, but 4, 5 years, maybe.
Yeah, and he don't usually... He's not often in the UK, is he?
Yeah, so I'm glad we went. Thank you to Katrina and Jason for taking us.
Yeah, it were an amazing weekend with my mum and dad, my sister, her husband.
Yeah, it were awesome.
The getting home wasn't awesome.
No, it took us 2 hours to get a fucking taxi.
All Ubers kept cancelling.
In pissing down rain as well.
We ended up just sat in a door, didn't we? Like a set of homeless people.
In someone's fucking doorway.
Oh, yes, she come and I had to say sorry, didn't I, and move.
Embarrassing.
But apart from that, it was amazing. He was amazing live, and I don't think I'll ever be able to listen to any of his songs in the car and feel like it's ever going to be loud enough again.
Well, I just keep flicking through TikTok and seeing him, and I'm just like, I were there.
We've been there, because it's Wembley this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah. So I hope people who are going to Wembley have enjoyed it as much as we did.
Anybody is going to Wembley, oh no, it'll be over by then. We'll cut that bit out. I was gutted because I really wanted one of them tops.
Or one of them Luke Combs jerseys.
Yeah, and they'd sold out on night one.
Yeah, but I bought you a nice...
Yeah, you have. I've got a new Stanley.
It's not a Stanley. It's a
rip-off Stanley.
Yeah, it's a... I can't think of a...
A rip-off Stanley?
Banley.
But it's got... it's all engraved with all his
Danley.
songs. And it's so nice. I appreciate it. So, yeah, apart from having the best time in Edinburgh, what have we been watching?
True crime-wise, we're carrying on with that Murder 24/7 on BBC One.
Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen... Is there 3 series?
I think so, yeah.
3 series. It's all on iPlayer, and it's obviously follows real life calls when a murder comes in. There's been quite a few episodes which I was like...
Get you.
Yeah. Don't want to give too much away, but that's definitely worth a watching.
Yeah, highly recommend that.
Anything else we've watched?
No, not really. Note to report.
Can I just mention that we did finally finish Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah.
After how many years?
A lot.
Because we watched it, we watched it as it came out, and then
watched first 4 series.
Yeah, but then we kind of fell off it a bit, didn't we? Because it were a bit meh. So we finally finished that, and all I'm going to say is, fuck off. The ending was just so meh.
Yeah.
But anyway, we finished that.
We had to make a new Facebook.
Oh yes, we have had to make a new Facebook because, for whatever reason, no matter what we were doing on our original account, it just weren't
Even though we had 900 people on it.
Yeah, we had 900 people on there. If you can hear that banging, please excuse us. It is kids' holidays, and we've got one upstairs that's clearly acting like a fucking elephant's about to come through the roof. We had 900 followers, but it just weren't, as posts weren't getting seen.
No, it was weird.
So we've decided to just start fresh.
Start again.
So it is now Terrifying and Twisted Podcast.
On Facebook.
Yeah, still the same TikTok, YouTube, all that. It's just the Facebook that we've...
So before you get bored...
Yeah, come on. It's you this week, Mr. Hop, and what have you got for me?
We have got the toxic girlfriend.
Well, I've known a few of them in my time.
So before we start, please note that this episode discusses real-life violence, murder and graphic details that some listeners may find disturbing. Listener discretion is advised.
Maybe I've not known one that's murdered anyone. Let me just retract that.
What?
I said I've known a few toxic girlfriends, and then you went on to say about murder. So I went, let me just clarify, I haven't known a toxic girlfriend that's murdered anybody. Continue.
Cut that bit out, because that was confusing.
Only for you.
In 2012, Ryan Poston appeared to have everything going for him. He was 29 years old and he graduated from law school at Northern Kentucky University in Highland Heights. Ryan had established himself as an attorney. He was born December 30th, 1982 to parents Lisa and Jay with 3 younger sisters. Friends described him as outgoing, funny and confident. He enjoyed socialising, worked hard and stayed fit, unlike me. He had a future that looked bright, but behind the scenes. In spring 2011, Ryan met a woman online called Shayna Hubers through Facebook.
Shayna.
She was born April 91 and she was 21 years old when they met. They had connected online and soon after they started dating. Shayna had grown up in Kentucky and was studying psychology
Nice.
at university and was getting her master's. People who knew her described her as bright, articulate and driven. She also appeared to have a promising future, and from the outside, people just saw a good-looking, intelligent young couple enjoying each other's company. But as we know, appearances can be deceiving.
Absolutely.
Relationships tend to move through the same stages. The excitement of getting to know someone, new experiences, and the feeling you may have met your person. Ryan and Shayna, those early weeks, had that pattern. They had that honeymoon stage. But then the intensity of the relationship soon became overwhelming. People who knew the couple would say they argued a lot. Some arguments would end with an emotional resolution, and others with temporary breakups.
So on and off.
Ryan had apparently tried more than once to end this relationship. Friends and family had said Shayna was obsessed with Ryan. When they had broken up, she would show up at his house and not leave. She would call and message hundreds of times. They had a toxic relationship. And she lived about 90 minutes away. Okay. They didn't live together. And side note, at some point, she'd actually Googled how to pick a lock with a hairpin. Remember that?
Right, okay.
Ryan had told people she was crazy. She scares me. He had to remove her from his house a few times, but then they get back together. The relationship was a cycle. Break up, get back together, argue, repeat.
Just going to say the cycle continues, doesn't it?
Ryan's friends had noticed they were more and more stressed and frustrated. Ryan appeared more convinced the relationship was done, but Shayna hoped and believed it wasn't. A lot of what was said behind closed doors between Ryan and Shayna, and by October 12th, only one of them would be alive.
Shit.
So Thursday, October 11th, the night before, apparently Ryan had made his final decision with Shayna. He had openly been talking to his friends about ending things permanently. Apparently he'd been seeing another woman or messaging another woman. And he was quite optimistic about it. And she was the former model Miss Ohio. He seemed happier and more relaxed, but there was just one problem. His relationship with Shayna wasn't fully done. that one conversation needed to happen, and people said although Ryan wasn't confrontational, he wasn't the type to just fuck it off. He believed difficult conversations are better face to face. October 12th, Ryan went back to his home and it had been a normal day. According to evidence, he intended to use this meeting with Shayna not to get back together, not to argue, but to say goodbye. Sometime that evening, Shayna arrived and inside 2 people sat down to talk. Exactly what was said, we'll never know. So around 9 p.m, Shayna called the police to 12 Meadow Lane, Highland Heights. The 911 call is on YouTube. So for anyone that's interested in this, you can listen to it. And there's a few other things that you might want to look at. So in this phone call to 911, she told the operator she shot her boyfriend with a loaded gun that was in the house. When the operator asked where the gun was, she said she put it on the bookshelf and she was stood about 10 feet away from his dead body. The operator then asks, "Are you sure he's dead?" She says, "Yes, I'm sure." The operator then asks, "How long ago did you shoot him?" To which she answers, "I don't know, about 10-15 minutes ago. Not even that long." She asks if she's going to get arrested because she's not a murderer. The operator asks what's happened. She says, "He beat me. He tried carrying me out of the house. She tried getting her stuff. He grabbed the gun. She pulled the gun out of his hand and pulled the trigger." When officers arrived, they found Ryan dead. Apparently, Shayna wasn't too hysterical. She wasn't attempting CPR, she just waited. Medical examiner later concluded that Ryan had been shot 6 times in his side.
So that's not just, I've grabbed the gun and shot him once.
The medical examiner later concluded that Ryan had been shot 6 times in his side, in his chest, and in his face.
But that's not someone just in an argument, getting beat up, taking it and shooting it once in self-defence.
Pronounced dead at the scene, investigators began documenting every inch of the home, every shell casing, every bloodstain, every bullet hole, every photograph, becoming evidence that will be presented to 2 juries.
Oh, to 2.
So,
I wonder if is there a mistrial then? Continue.
the police interview.
Yep.
At first, detectives believed they were interviewing a frightened young woman who claimed she'd acted in self-defence. You can watch parts of this interview on YouTube, and let me tell you, it's weird as fuck.
In what way?
I'm going to tell you. So, apparently she was there for 3 hours. Although she apparently asked for a lawyer, she just starts talking. And I've listed a few of the things that she said and did.
Okay.
In this interview, police allegedly didn't even ask one question. She just kept,
she would just verbal diarrhea.
going and going and going.
Oh, that's not a good idea.
To the point where police even took turns sitting in with her. So, told an officer, "You have very pretty teeth." Next, "Will I get a phone or will I get a shower in jail? I don't know if anyone will marry me because I killed my boyfriend in self-defence. If I don't get serious consequences, I'd be happy just to chill and have a career."
I bet you fucking would.
I'm not your typical murderer, not someone you see on death row. It's sad that part of me doesn't feel bad about it.
Oh no.
A felon she knew told her the best people she got along with in prison killed their husbands. Hell have no fury like a woman scorned. This is all things that she's saying in the interview.
She needs to shut the fuck up.
She dances and prances round the table.
Was she medically okay?
She breaks out into song, singing Amazing Grace. She then says, "He was laying with his face on the table, like twitching, and so I knew he was gonna die a slow, painful death."
So,
Let me just finish the end of this sentence. "I probably should have left it there, but I knew he was gonna die or have a very deformed face. He's very vain and wants to get a nose job. He's just that kind of person. So I shot him right here And I gave him the nose job he always wanted.
And right, so number one, he wasn't dead instantly. Therefore, you failed to get help, which could have saved
his
him.
life.
Number two, did she have a lawyer sat in with her at this
Nope.
That's very telling. Number three, was she medically assessed as being fit for interview?
I've no idea.
Wow. Okay.
But like I said, this were over the course of 3 hours, apparently. And although she apparently asked for a lawyer, she just starts talking and she just starts reeling all these things off.
She started talking before lawyers even got there.
And you can watch all this on YouTube.
My evening watch tonight?
I will post it on his Facebook page.
Yeah, do.
It is nuts. At one part of this interview, when she's explaining it all, she says she picks up the gun off the table in the middle of the argument. Go on.
But I thought he had it in his hand and she pulled it out of his hand.
Earlier, saying that she wrestled it from him.
Right. This is why you should not just talk in interviews, because they will pull up every single inconsistency and say, well, what about this?
Shayna was charged with murder and remained in custody till her trial, which began in April 2015. Shayna and her defence team would stick to her killing him in self-defence, saying that he ran at her and she shot him in self-defence. The prosecutors opened by telling jurors that this case was about rejection and obsession. He began seeing other women. She sent him hundreds of thousands of texts. Apparently, one text from Ryan was over 50 from Shayna.
Right. She were obsessive, wasn't she?
The bookshelf that she said that he threw her into was in perfect condition.
Right.
Now, this is interesting as well. So apparently, the night before this happened, she breaks into Ryan's house.
Using a hairpin.
With a hairpin.
Right.
I think, from what I read, they had a discussion that night. Ryan had gone to bed and she'd left, right? Then she breaks back in. Then what she does is she calls her mum.
Right.
Her mum comes to Ryan's house and they sit in Ryan's house. She sits in the front room with her daughter, just cuddling her daughter all night.
While Ryan's in bed and he thinks she's left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Weird.
Yeah.
What else comes about is Shayna's ex-cellmates saying that while she's inside, she's bragging about it. She's bragging about how she had a plan to take him to a shooting range and accidentally shoot him. She told the cellmates that she gave herself bruises and showed the neighbours these bruises.
To make it look like he were hurting her.
These neighbours testified for the defence about these bruises for Shayna.
Right.
Then, of course, you've got the cellmates who are then saying, well, she told us she did it on purpose. They reckon that she found out about Miss Ohio.
Yeah.
That potentially tipped her over the edge.
Triggered her.
They obviously showed the police tapes in the court. So after they heard all this, the jury heard all this, Shayna was found guilty after 1 hour and was sentenced to 40 years.
Bye-bye.
However...
You love a however. I might think I know where this is going.
Just before I go on to this bit, she got married in prison and divorced. And when I was looking into a case, I'm not sure what year it was, but she was looking for a pen pal husband. So if anyone's out there that is looking to get married to a convicted murderer, you can write to a prisoner.
Of course you can.
Just
do you know, you wouldn't believe how many people do that. Write to prisoners.
Oh, yeah, no.
You can literally, before my nana died, I know this is going off, but before my nana died, one of her favourite pastimes used to be looking at the pen pal prisoners, and you used to be, I'm not even joking, you used to be able to see what they're in for. And if they're on, especially in America, if they're on death row, it tells you what last meal they've requested. And my nana used to find it fascinating. God bless her soul.
So, a first conviction gets overturned.
Because of her blabbing to people in prison about her fabricating the bruises, or for a different reason?
Not because of new DNA evidence, not because another suspect has been identified, and not because the court concluded Shayna was innocent. Instead, the conviction was overturned because one of the jurors who had served during the trial had a prior felony conviction, and under Kentucky law, that juror was not legally qualified to sit on the jury.
So
Who fucked up?
Yeah, whose fault was that for not checking and doing your job properly?
The issue had nothing to do with the strength of the evidence itself. It was a procedural error. But in the justice system, procedural safeguards exist for a reason. And the court ruled that Shayna was entitled to a new trial.
Do you know, I thought you was going to say it was because her defence were going to try arguing that her confessing in them 3 hours before she had any counsel couldn't be taken as...
Honestly, you've just got to watch this video to believe it.
No.
It's unreal. The retrial began in 2018. Much of the evidence was familiar. The prosecution again argued that Ryan had been trying to end the relationship. They again relied on forensic testimony, witness statements, and Shayna's own interviews with police. The defence once more argued self-defence. This second jury, like the first, spent days listening to expert witnesses, reviewing exhibits, and weighing the credibility of each side. When deliberations ended, the verdict was the same.
Guilty. Same amount of time?
I believe so.
Bye-bye.
Life with parole after 20 years for trial number 2. So she actually did get...
She got lower then, didn't she?
So, relationships can be complicated, arguments happen, breakups hurt, but when conflict escalates into violence, the consequences can be irreversible. The court heard evidence about a relationship marked by emotional turmoil and competing claims about what happened during its final moments. After considering that evidence, 2 separate juries reached the same conclusion. Ryan Poston's death was not legally justified. It was murder. So that was The Toxic Girlfriend.
Bye-bye. Honestly, though, and it's not just women, but you hear about this from men more than you hear about it from women. But I genuinely believe they exist in the same amounts. Do you know what I'm trying to say? It's not more men that are toxic than women. I genuinely think...
No, I definitely think it's more men than women.
Do you?
Well, 100%. I definitely think there's women out there that is toxic and jealous and...
To be fair, though...
all the shit that comes with it, but let's be honest, a lot of men are pieces of shit.
Oh, 100%. We know the pieces of shit. So was there any evidence... I'm guessing there were evidence which shows that he was trying to break this relationship off. And if there was all the
100%.
text messages, like 1 from him to 50 from her, that just builds up a picture. Can't remember what we were saying.
We've just had to cut that little bit off because I don't know what the kids are doing upstairs.
Honestly, it sounds like they're fucking wrestling each other. Anyway, please put the videos on social medias because I want to watch the interviews. I genuinely thought, though, that you were going to say that it had got thrown out because she requested a lawyer and they can't really use what she says before that lawyer's been appointed.
Yeah. I'm sure they tried to.
Oh, yeah, I bet they tried.
But she also was very forthcoming with it without even being prompted. And as they say, anything you do say may be given in evidence. Yeah.
One thing that we have noticed, although we got really frustrated with it, going back to the murder 24/7, the amount of people that just no comment, because you cannot give them anything until you know what they've got. I bet she was a police officer's dream.
Oh, 100%.
When she started just word vomiting.
I can't wait for you to watch this video.
Well, I'm sure I'll tell everybody about it.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that case read.
Yes, I enjoyed it.
That sounds better than I hope you enjoyed that murder. I hope you enjoyed that case read.
Once again, before we jump off, please go do all the shit we ask every time. Like, follow, new Facebook page. and we appreciate all your comments. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.